Hey folks, so the fortnightly grow room update. Got a few things going on this week. Pestilence. I've just discovered I've got aphids. Now you're the second person to know, because I have just literally discovered while making this I have a little bit of an aphid problem. It's not absolutely huge, but I've got to cure that. Neem oil, I think that's the way I'm going to go. I've no idea how they got in here. It's been growing on for quite a while and I've had no problems, and it's only on a couple of the peppers. So, but I'm going to spray everything. I'm going nuclear now. But these things happen. A couple of things really. The tomatoes. My thoughts about some of the tomatoes you might have seen before, but I'll be carrying on with them. Just a few other stuff that's going. One of the one of the cuttings that I took have started just a little bit of green, and I think that's about it. Oh, and a word from our sponsor. Today we are sponsored by, can you read that? Kozel Czech beer. I know somebody might have an interesting Czech beer. Now this was donated to me, not yesterday, Friday, by a Czech lorry driver who had come to do delivery, and he had two Italians going and they couldn't communicate, so they shouted the Englander. We managed to get it to the right place. But it was very nice of him to donate me a beer for the little help, so it is nice to be nice. So guys, these are all tomatoes I'm growing this year. Now, reason being is these are an F2 cross between a beef tomato, Cherokee purple, and a sweet cherry tomato, rose quartz. Now, these seeds were kindly sent to me by Harver, and what I'm wanting to do with these plants is, well, try to make my own variety. Basically, pick them out, the tomatoes what I like. I'll be doing updates on this all summer and showing results. I've got 90%, I've got 9 plants out of 10 seeds, so I'm well pleased with that. That's much better than what I've got from shop bought seeds, to be honest, on most of the stuff I've got in there. Excuse me. But I'm just looking now and looking at the differences in the plants, or trying to find any differences in the plants, what there is, because obviously they're all going to be different. Like my peppers from last week, well, I grew some seeds from a plant which I've kept for 2 years, which I bought in a shop. I don't even know its name, so it's a mystery, but it lives. But what I mean by this is I'm just looking at these plants. If you're looking at these leaves and this plant, that's pretty much alike. They look pretty much the same on actual what it's producing as leaves. But on this plant, if you look at that, that's sort of pretty much together. This plant's got 3 separate leaves and 2 little leaves here, where these are all more offset. So I mean, these are obviously going to turn into all different sorts of stuff. I'm really looking forward to these, as I said. But I'm pleased, as I said, that I got 90%. And if I get, I think it's 5 or 6 crossings, then you can name it yourself. Dan touched on this yesterday on his video with his peppers, with Long John's peppers. But he touched on this yesterday, and so I thought I'd sort of explain what I'm trying to do with these. I mean, like I say, after 5 or 6 generations, you should get a true fruit, and you can name it yourself. Swiss trolls. But I'll probably take a few of these and see which I like, and I will make seeds available from any of these tomatoes that come up if anybody wants any. Obviously, later on in season. So, but that is my tomato dreams. These are the chewing gum plants that I took cuttings off a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, might be a month ago. But as you can see, that one's got some life in it. Yes, so that one's doing alright. There's nothing on the other one, and these are the aces that I've took. There's nothing moving on these yet. I'm hoping that I get some of these. I'm thinking that ones with thicker twigs might have got more chance, because there might be just a bit more much life in the actual wood to produce roots. But from, say, I've read that these take really well, but maybe thicker than thinner. So we will see with them. I think Dale's said he's having some success, but he has got them on an heat mat and covered in plastic on a windowsill. So I've had a plastic bags over these just to try and keep humidity up for them so they don't dry out. But we'll see what we get. And these are jalapenos. These have seem to be doing alright. Now, I probably only want one plant of these anyway, so there is another one in there, a little bit of a cripple, but there's two there, so if I get one out of these I'll be alright. It's more than what I need, more than enough for me, I think. As I said, it might end up as powder. It might end up as compost if it's too hot to use for anything else. I've got a couple of things going on with my peppers, which is a little bit annoying. Now, everybody was saying how well they looked the other week, and they just seem to have gone right downhill. I have given them a blast with some Epsom salts, and I give them a feed with some worm juice. So I'm going to make another batch up a worm tea, but as you can see what's happening. But when I've got the fruit off these anyway, I'm going to trim leaves right back and put them to one side. I'm not going to put them under lights. I'm going to give them a rest, and hopefully they'll come back then in spring and get another crop out of them. Like I said, I want to keep this one, well, providing peppers taste alright, but they look great. I did say I was going to kick this one into touch. Again, this one's got a bit of a problem, but they have produced. I've just noticed some suspect things under leaves, which might be an I can't find any now. They're too tiny to see, almost. I'll try and get a stiller and I'll post that up. But so they might get a blast. Well, they will go. I'll give them a blast with neem oil as well and some soap, and see if that sort of picks it up. But I was saying I was going to get rid of this one, this pepper, because this is that exact thing again about what Dan was saying. Doing F1s, and these two peppers on this plant have come out with this like double funky thing going on. Now they might look ugly, but they might be the best tasting pepper I've ever grown. So I'm wondering, I'm not wondering, what I am actually going to do is save peppers from these, save seeds from these with this funky thing going on, and see if I can reproduce a plant that'll grow like that. Elephant pepper, not elephant man, elephant pepper. Just for fun, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's not just about growing for food, it's about growing for fun. So, and that's the peppers. The bell peppers, incidentally, look alright. They've got a bit of yellowing on the tops. I'll just get a quick look. But you can see they look better than other ones, but there is a little bit of yellowing. I mean, they've still got lots of fruit and flowers. It's still flowering. Some are dropping off now. They look alright. Another thing with these, while I'm on my knees, the fig. I've got two fig trees now. I've got one that were a shop bought, which I don't know how well it'll do here in our climate, but this fig tree is from less than 10 miles away. So, and it was growing outside. Now, if this were my rootstock, I could probably try and graft some of that other fig onto this tree as well. But I know this grows well outside in our climate, so if you are sort of trying to do cuttings and propagating and stuff, if you can find it local and it's growing there, then more often than not, it should grow at your place, you know what I mean? So, that was just a thought on that. And what I've got here is yakons. Jay, if you're looking, they've started to come. The funny thing were, those ones were in just little pots, and I thought, yeah, they'll not come straight away, and they pop first, and then there's another one here, and see what happens with the rest. This is that other fig, incidentally. That was a shop bought. It was just that little tiny cripply thing there, and now it's that. But I'm hoping to be able to graft it with that other tree, even if it's so I've got a reserve. You know what I mean? I can try it and leave one outside, and if it survives outside, then it can stay outside. But if I've got a reserve, and you never know what you know what I mean. That's a good thing to have. So found the little buggers. Aphids. Da da da. See him sneaking out leaf. It's not like a massive infection from what I can see. Mind you, they are hard to spot, and they're not everywhere. But so you will be named. And again, I'd like to thank all new subscribers. Thank you for coming and looking, and say hello.
Tell us why you come here. Is it, why are you here? No, just what I mean is it the guitar stuff, or is it the rocket stove stuff? Obviously, like, I don't get through these very quick. I can update this fortnightly, but some of the stuff obviously takes time, and obviously weather permitting. But thanks again for coming.